Hi. Sorry for the delay. I was having trouble connecting to Zoom.
Oh, no problem. I thought it was maybe me, so all
no,
good.
I think it was definitely just not. It kicked me out of Zoom twice before it would connect me properly. So I don't know why, but the Wi-Fi seems to all be working. There's Roland. I think there's just one or two more people joining us today.
Okay, cool.
So you can just get comfortable on your mat so long.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see who else is there. Hi, Roland. Welcome.
Hi.
Namaste. Okay, so sorry, I had a bit of trouble getting connected. I only got into Zoom like at 5 o'clock on the dot. So I don't know. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but we'll see if anyone else joins us. But in the meantime, let's just get started so long. Come and sit comfortably on your mat. Oh, okay, the cat wants to go out. Out you go. Okay. Okay, thank you for both joining me. We'll see if anyone else still arrives. I hope I wasn't too late for anyone if they gave up, maybe trying to get in early. But just for whatever reason, the connectivity wasn't great. So hopefully it holds out. Hopefully you can both hear me well. Just double check my audio settings. I normally do every week. Yeah, let's turn it up a little bit. Okay, just coming to sit on your mat and just dropping into the rhythm and the flow of your own breath as you arrive more fully into the present moment. Just to drop into more feeling, more presence, just what's alive in you right now. You might want to close your eyes. And this automatically should guide you more consciously into the rest of your body. Noticing the rhythm and the quality of your breath, your state of mind at the end of this day. And then just by deepening the breath into the belly, really start to notice actual physical feelings and sensations, how your body is feeling. Breathing deeply in order to connect with where you feel tightness or stress and tension. And also breathing into where you feel spacious and supported in your body. And just acknowledging that there's both tension and spaciousness, contraction and openness. Just taking 2 or 3 more slow, deep breaths, really allowing your breath to slow down. Slowing down the breath to slow down the mind. And you can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Sometimes it's nice to just sigh it out and listen to what your body needs. In every moment, come back to listening and getting into more and more of an intuitive flow. At the end of your next out breath, straighten the legs in front of your body. Interlace your hands in front of your chest. Just start to paddle your feet around your ankles. Move your hands around your wrists. Relax the head so the back of the neck feels long. And as you breathe in, roll your hands up. Relax the hands back down as you breathe out. Just gently moving the feet as you roll the hands around the wrists. Feeling the circulation around your hands and your feet opening. One more deep breath, rolling the arms all the way up into the air. And just stretch the arms all the way over your head, open your throat, breathe in, gaze up at your hands. And as you breathe out, push through your fingers and float the hands down. You can make small circles with your hands as you bring the arms down, loosening the arms as the hands come down. And then run your hands down your legs towards your feet, finishing with the hands on the ankles. Try and just straighten your spine by bending your knees. Lift up out of the hips, lengthening the whole spine as you breathe in. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, sitting up and out of the hips. One more deep breath in, open the throat. And then relax your head slowly forwards as you breathe out into the forward stretch. Really pull your belly button in. Try and reach forwards with your chest and your chin into a full forward stretch. You can keep your knees bent in the forward stretch and try and feel the stretch in the base of your spine. Relaxing the weight of your head forwards, closing the eyes. And dropping into yourself more deeply, taking in 2 or 3 more deep breaths inside the posture, Paschimottanasana. And like any forward stretch, but especially this beautiful, deep, full forward stretch, it's an invitation to fall more deeply into yourself. So just tuck your chin in, focus the eyes inwards, relax the shoulders, and just drop the chest towards the legs. Pulling in your belly button at the end of your next out breath. And slowly rolling up the spine on the in breath. Just keeping the head forwards. Rolling up one vertebra at a time so that the head comes up last. And as your head rolls up, just roll your shoulders forwards and backwards a few times. Keep the arms nice and heavy. Heavy arms resting in your lap or at your sides. Just feeling how the big shoulder joints lift your arms and drop them again. Try and sit into your seat bones by rounding the lower back a little bit more. And keep the back of the neck long by just keeping your chin slightly tucked in. And trying to really gather up tension in the shoulders as you make a big movement on the in-breath, rolling up, forwards or backwards. 2 or 3 more deep breaths. And when you roll the shoulders down and away from the ears, this is how you release the tension, gently pushing the shoulders down on the next out breath. Running your hands up behind your back. Just interlace the fingers behind your back. And stretch the arms, stretch the shoulders together first. And sit up with a straight spine, pointing your index fingers out behind you. And see if you can just bend your elbows and lightly rest the tips of your fingers into the floor. And ground old energy out through your tailbone and through your index fingers into the earth. Relaxing the shoulders, taking a deep breath up the spine. One more deep breath in, floating the arms back as you inhale. Point out through the index fingers. You can squeeze the shoulders, open the throat if it feels okay. Breathe out, drop the arms. And bring the back of the hands together in front of your chest, dropping the head forwards. Running the hands up the insides of the legs as you breathe in. Keep running the hands up over the center line of your body. Fingertips tracing over the throat and the face. Finish stretching the arms over the head. Exhale the hands out through the sides. And you can explore these small circular spiral movements in the wrists and the ankles again. Just roll your feet around your ankles a bit more vigorously and move your hands around your wrists in a way that feels comfortable, even pleasurable. Stretching in a way that feels good and not forceful. Avoiding pain at all times. Sit into the back of your hands, open the feet comfortably wide and bend your knees. And we're just going to float the knees side to side in a gentle, smooth manner. Pretzel pose in seated position. Turn your head away from your knees and try and keep the shoulder blades squeezed together so the front of your chest stays open. Just not dropping the head backwards, but stretching into the side of the neck as you drop the knees, breathing out to one side, changing on the in-breath to breathe out to the other side. Again, just make sure it always feels comfortable. Go at a pace that feels good for your energy levels, for where you're at. Spread the fingers in your hands to support your wrists. The more you create a bit of pressure in your fingertips, the more you create a lock around your wrists and your arms. Just exercising all those micro muscles in the hands and the wrists as you loosen up the hips. Hopefully the hips should start to feel a bit looser and the movement feels less clicky and jerky. And as your body warms up, the movement becomes more fluid and smooth, just like the breath deepens. 2 more deep breaths to each side. And gently arch into the lower back as you go one more time to each side. Drop the knees, turn the head, arch the lower back. Finish inhaling onto both seat bones. Bring your legs together in front of your body. Just give the legs a shake. And then give your hands a rub in front of your chest as you breathe in. Rub the hands briskly. You can keep shaking the legs if you want. And as you breathe out, loosely shake the fingers out into the air on each side of your body. Almost like you're just shaking out all hassles, tension from the day that's accumulated. Just letting go other times, other places. Breathing into this time and place. Inhale your hands to the heart center. Bend your knees. Pushing through the back of your hands on the next in-breath. Roll the arms over the head. Keeping your knees bent, bend your elbows and relax your shoulders. And start to roll your weight from one seat bone to the other. Breathing out to the sides, seeing if you can balance on one seat bone, changing sides on the in-breath. Quite a deep stretch into the sides of the body. And see if you can just keep the hands as high up over your crown. So really stretching quite deeply under the armpits as well. Activating the balance system. As you fire up the navel, your navel is what holds you up as you stretch into one side. Breathing out one more time to each side. And you can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Keep checking in with your body. Straighten the arms and the legs on the next in-breath. Push through the fingers. Float your hands out through your sides. Small circles through the wrists. Sitting into the hands behind your back. Just take a moment to walk the hands a bit closer together. Squeeze the shoulders, open the throat. Inhale as you open your chest and gaze up towards the ceiling. Really squeeze the shoulders together to support the back of your neck and feel the stretch down the front of the body. On the out breath, just lower your chin. Turn your fingers in towards your body and point your toes so that you can start to walk the hands backwards, pulling in your belly button as the hands walk back, really activating your core to support the lower back. Just go as far as your hands comfortably step away and start to roll your weight from one hand to the other. This should feel like a really nice deep massage into the sacrum and the whole tailbone area. So notice how this feels for you. Stretching and lengthening those lower back muscles. Quite a nice deep stretch for the shoulders and the upper arms. Just relax the shoulders forwards. Run your weight one more time to each side. And then relax onto your elbows. Just relax in this position for a moment. Feel it in your body. Almost this feeling like you could be on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean, soaking up the sun, drinking a cocktail. Just for a moment, relax your body in this position. There's a sense of openness across the chest. And if you gently push into the elbows and just sit up into the shoulders a bit more, see how far you can open the throat and just comfortably lift up your head, but don't crunch the back of the neck. Dropping the chin forwards on the next out breath and slowly sliding your arms down through your sides, guiding yourself gently onto your back. Come to rest comfortably on your whole spine. So we're going to keep a kind of extra gentle flow today. We're going to spend quite a lot of time on the back now. So I invite you to just really drop into yourself as you drop into the support of the earth beneath you. Just keep listening to my voice, but drop deeper into the feelings and the sensations of your body. Really give this time to yourself. Dedicate yoga to yourself on every level. Stretching the arms and stretching through the whole body if you haven't already done so, and press into your spine. If you want to stretch your face a bit more, just open your mouth to stretch your jaw. You can inhale through the mouth, exhale with a sigh or a yawn. One more stretch. You can grab hold of the hands, really stretch up through the shoulders, press into the whole spine. Running your hands down behind your neck as you breathe out. Cradle the hands behind your head. You can either stack one hand on top of the other or interlace the fingers. See what feels most comfortable for you. And then lift your feet onto the floor and drop the knees together. Feet apart, knees together. In this position, you can ground into your whole spine. So first, ground into your lower back, your tailbone, your lower spine, your hips and your pelvis. Press into the middle of your back. Keep breathing deeply as you connect into the whole surface area of your back, feeling all your backbones and your spine connecting to the floor. Inhale and press into the upper spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the upper arms, and the back of the neck. Try and lengthen up through the back of your neck as you cradle the head with the back of your hands. One more deep breath up the spine, feeling your whole spine connected to the floor. Gently wiggling the knees and the hips as you breathe out. Start to wiggle your tailbone into the floor. And relax into the support of your spine and your backbones. Deepen your breath and just keep wiggling your tailbone and your hips for 2 or 3 more breaths. Gentle activation of the vital life essence that lives inside the pelvis and the hips. The vital life force known as Kundalini once we activate it. Shakti, Kundalini. One more deep breath. Try and connect into your whole spine. Push into your shoulders. A gentle, therapeutic wiggling and shaking into the tailbone as you breathe out. From this position, straighten your legs up into the air. Bring your arms down through your sides. Tuck your hands under the sides of the hips and lift your legs comfortably high over your hips. Start to lightly shake and tremble the legs. These are very effortless micro movements that create a restorative release and open up more of the circulation and flow of energy in the body. And so you do it in such a way that it feels effortless and pleasurable. Breathing deeply, feeling the support of your back underneath you, shaking tension out through the ankles and the feet. Trembling all the way up into the thighs. One more deep breath, shaking and lightly trembling through the ankles and the feet. Finish bending your knees and just cycling the legs in the air, a little bit more active movement to activate more of the core strength in your navel area. Activating more fire in the belly. But doing the movement softly. So again, just take care not to click too much. Avoid clicking the joints. If any movement feels painful, avoid it, adjust it, do it more gently, deepen the breath, slow it down. Finish now, just slowly dropping the feet down to the floor. Open your arms out to the sides. And just with the feet a comfortable distance away from the body, just drop into Pretzel Pose on your back. A beautiful spinal adjustment when we go into a twist. Breathe out as you drop both knees to one side. And you can begin to turn the head in the opposite direction to the knees. Slow, deep, conscious breath guiding the rhythm of your movements. You can move your feet further apart or closer together as you wish. Explore and experiment with what feels good, especially as you feel this area in the hips. It's a very important part of the body to activate the lower back and the hips. So much of the suppleness and the youthfulness of the body has to do with allowing the energy to flow freely through the whole spine, loosening up into the sides of your body as you breathe out, feeling the twist, purifying and realigning all the organs in your torso. Deepening the breath as you go slowly now, one more time to each side. Just slowing it down to finish off and resting for a moment on each out breath in the posture. Finish breathing in and lifting both knees straight up. Walk your hands down towards your feet and lift your feet. Lift your knees onto your chest so you can just hug your arms around your knees, bringing your head off the floor on your next out breath, and just squeezing yourself into a little ball, holding the head up as you breathe. Gently drop the shoulders, stretch down the back of your neck into the upper spine, and then relax your head back on the in-breath. Hands over the kneecaps, keeping the big toes connected. Start to make some big circles with your knees. Hold onto your knees and circle them apart on the in-breath. And draw the knees together as you breathe out. And again, feeling this movement in your tailbone and your sacrum. It's quite a deep massage, so we're working quite deep into the lower back today. Just noticing the sensation in your lower back area as you rotate the hips around the pelvis, all connected. The pelvis and the hips and the tailbone, the sacrum at the base of the spine. This very soft, round bone that's made up of 7 segments. Quite a sacred and mysterious area that we don't really know enough about. But it's the seat of your Kundalini, the seat of your vitality, your health, your life force and your power. Just slowly circulating the knees around the hips 2 or 3 more times. Finishing with your knees together on your chest. Hug your arms around your knees. Hold your breath out and lift your head off the floor. As you begin to breathe in again, drop the head back. And just to finish off on the back, we're going to open the knees and lift the feet in the air, holding on to the ankles or the feet. Start to roll side to side. Lazy, happy baby pose. Massaging quite deeply into the whole surface of the back again, but especially rolling over the hips and the shoulders as you roll side to side. Really enjoying the sensation of giving yourself a massage just by rolling on your back. You can try open the legs and stretch the arms as you drop on your spine, and then drop the knees, drop the feet together and bend the elbows as you drop to your sides. So really stretching into the arms and the legs as well, but continuing 2 or 3 more times to each side. Quite a nice, effortless, lazy manner. Finishing on your spine, knees together, hugging the arms around the knees. Preparing to roll up and down the spine in a vertical line now. Lift your head off the floor. Tighten your core muscles. Tighten your abdominals. And see if you can roll in smooth, straight lines up and down the spine. At least 8 or 9 times to get a nice massage from the top of the neck to the tailbone. And seeing if you can just develop trust in how you guide your movements. The breath can do its own thing while you're rolling on your spine. But when you're ready to roll up into sitting, just take a deeper breath in and use the impulse of your breath to roll up into sitting. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Ankles crossed or one foot in front of the other. See what feels most comfortable for you. Hands resting on the knees. And immediately we continue just circling into the hips from a sitting position. A few more warm-ups, Kundalini yoga-based warm-ups that we're going to do on our seat bones today. Slow down the breath. Connect into the sensation and the feeling of your movement. The more you use your belly button muscles, the muscles under your belly button, the more you will feel the internal massage of this movement. In Kundalini Yoga, they call this the Sufi grind. So when you breathe out and rotate backwards, really pulling in the belly button as much as possible. And already I can really feel warmer. So as you roll backwards, focus on pulling in your belly button towards your spine. And the more you pull in your belly button, the more you feel this deep massage and activation of the deepest muscles in your body. Those muscles sitting right against your vital organs and the muscles that hold your spine in place. These deepest core muscles are the muscles that we want to warm up, and we want to reach those deepest muscles. So we use the breath and we combine it with some very conscious activation of those internal muscles in the core of your body. Just take care not to roll your head too much around the neck. Never crunch the back of the neck. But as you breathe in, you're going to feel an expansion across the front of the chest as you roll forwards. Go a few times in the other direction as well to finish off. Change directions. Still breathing in forwards, breathing out backwards. Finding a comfortable way into this movement. So it's also working quite deeply into the liver, just making these rotations. Works quite deeply into the kidneys and the liver and these big organs in the lower part of the torso. Just really feeling it for yourself. 2 or 3 more deep breaths as you begin to rotate inwards. Making your circles smaller and smaller as you rotate into the solar plexus. Right into the center of your torso, in the solar plexus. Releasing the movement on the next in-breath, stretching up the spine. As you breathe out, cross your ankles, roll over your feet and drop onto the hands and the knees. Stretch one leg at a time away from your body, just to open the back of the legs and the hamstring and the Achilles tendon. Push into the ball of your foot and press into the back of the leg. Just once or twice on each side. Then settle into tabletop pose, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, feeling comfortable as you relax the weight of your body through the arms and the legs. Let's just get into the spine a little bit more now with some cat-cow movement. Begin to move your spine back and forth with long, deep breaths. Keep your fingers nicely spread to support the wrists. You can always alternate and try fists and alternate between flat palms and fists. As you breathe in, your head comes up like a heavy cow head, and the tailbone comes up with the head. As you breathe out, relax your head and arch your back like a cat, leaning into your thighs and your buttocks, rounding the shoulders as you tuck your chin in. So I invite you to deepen your breath and go as slowly as you like with this movement. The slower you go, the deeper you will feel the energy of the movement. Really get into those back muscles on the out breath. The more you round your back, pushing into the buttocks, pulling in the belly, rounding and lengthening all the muscles down your back. And so this is exactly what a cat does when they wake up after a good cat nap. This cat always has a good cat stretch. And so it's really useful to watch animals. This is how we learned yoga, by watching the instinctual nature that animals have and human beings have mostly lost. Dropping into a deeper state of sensitivity and connection with how your body is feeling moment to moment. As your spine begins to warm up, you might want to speed up the movement. You might want to slow it down, go even deeper. See which way feels good for you now as you complete cat-cow for 4 or 5 more breaths. Maybe go a little bit faster if you want to warm up your body more. Slow it down if you really want to get into those tight spots in your lower back or your upper back. Finishing on the next out breath. In this position, curl your toes under your feet. Gently push into the toes. Try and spread your toes. And push in, gently push into the hands and the feet, breathing out as you lift your hips and buttocks and drop your head between your arms, downward facing dog. Just for 3 more breaths, try and drop more weight into the hands and the feet. Don't lift your head up and just keep lifting into your seat bones. You can make gentle movement, walking on the squat, small bounces into the balls of your feet. See what feels good for one last deep breath. Breathing out onto the hands and the knees. Breathing into cow pose, you can relax the tops of your feet, lift your head and your tailbone. Breathing out as you drop your head onto the forearms. Come down slowly onto your elbows and walk your elbows to the front of your mat as you step into the feet on the back of your mat. Low plank on the front of your body. You're going to hold it for 4 more breaths, 3 or 4 more breaths. Do your best to hold your body off the floor. A little bit of trembling is a good sign as you activate even more of your deepest core muscles. Pushing gently into the balls of the feet and dropping the weight through the forearms. Keeping the neck relaxed as you gaze over your hands. 1 more deep breath in the low plank. Breathe out onto the front of your body into Sphinx Pose. One of my favorite postures. And open the feet comfortably wide, a little bit wider than the hips. Drop into the support of your pelvis and your hips. Make sure your elbows are right under the shoulders. Relax the hands. Spread the fingers. And tighten the grip of your fingertips like a cat digging its claws into the ground. In this position, just get your neck comfortable. And once you feel the back of your neck in line with the rest of your spine, slowly begin to turn your head side to side, breathing out over the shoulder, breathing in to change sides. A nice deep stretch into the side of the neck and working all the way down the side muscles of your back into the lower back and the hips. And just make sure it's comfortable. If it's hurting the lower back, then don't sit up so much. Come down a little bit. Squeeze the buttocks if you want to activate more strength in your lower back. And just holding the Sphinx pose, just holding this position is automatically going to strengthen your back. But you want to keep the core engaged and you want to keep the muscles in your buttocks gently engaged to draw the energy up the spine. Finish facing forwards, take a deep breath up the spine. As you breathe out, you can bring the hands together, interlock the fingers, and prepare to slide the knees under the hips, one knee at a time, coming under the back, under the hips. As your knees come under your hips, slide your hands away from your body, slowly dropping the chest and the chin towards the floor, into Anahatasana, into a deep heart opening stretch. Deepen your breath and try and relax the chest, the chin or the forehead to the floor. It's a very deep stretch around the whole chest. Keep your elbows bent and relax more of the chest to the floor. One more deep breath in Anahatasana. Breathe out, slowly slide the hands back under the shoulders. We're going to come back into downward dog for a counter pose. Spread your fingers to support the wrists. Tuck your toes under your feet. Take a deep breath in to prepare in tabletop pose. And then breathe out into downward dog, pushing up the hips and the buttocks, tightening the arms and the legs as you push into the hands and the feet. Relax the head and the neck completely down between your arms. And keep lifting up your seat bones, stretching all the muscles through your spine and your back. Gently moving the head if you need to release your neck. 2 more deep breaths in downward dog and feel free to make some gentle movement inside the posture. Breathe deeply and listen intuitively through your breath to what your body needs. Coming slowly out of the posture onto the hands and the knees on the next out breath. Opening the knees as wide as your mat. Slowly sliding the chest down towards the floor. See if you can just drop your chest down between the legs. Opening the hips as wide as you can into a resting posture called Guru Pranam. Similar to child's pose, but the knees and the hips are apart. Hands can come together in front of the head. Finishing now on your chin or your forehead. Just slowing down the breath. Dropping into yourself again. Taking 2 more deep breaths in Guru Pranam. Feeling a connection to the earth through your heart. Just bend your elbows a little bit more on the next out breath. Slide your hands under the shoulders on the next in-breath, straighten the arms. Slide your knees together and come, just slip your feet out from underneath you and come into a comfortable straight position, comfortable seated position with your legs straight out in front of you. So we're not going to do any standing stretches today. We're just going to keep it quite gentle and grounded for where the energy is at today. This is where the energy levels in my body are at, and so in giving myself what I need, I'm hoping that it still reaches you and gives you what you need. Let's finish off with some energetic stretches before we come down onto our back. More energy based but seated. So with your hands interlocked, inhale, push through the back of your hands. Stretch the arms over the head, pushing through the fingers as you breathe out. You can comb out through your sides. You can circle the hands as the arms come down. 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, flex your feet as you push through the hands. Stretch through the whole spine. Open the throat as you gaze up, push through your fingers. Combing through your sides as you bring the arms down. 2 more times. Opening more space for yourself. Then sit into your hands, fingers pointing out to the sides, and drop into your feet. We're going to inhale, bridge pose, hips coming up in line with the knees and the shoulders. Open the throat, gaze up. Breathe out, come down, straighten the legs. You can bend your wrists if you need to give the hands a break, and then come up again on the in-breath. Come down on the out-breath, straighten the legs, straighten the spine. This is a dynamic form of the bridge pose called the Tibetan table. I really enjoy doing yoga in a way that feels dynamic and flowing. We don't have to hold and compact joints by holding positions for too long. We just feel the energy and the flow of the breath guiding the rhythm of the movements. 2 or 3 more times through the Tibetan table, just activating more energy and more flow through the body with the movement, with the breath. See if you can just finish holding bridge pose. Hold it as you hold the breath in. Open the throat, gaze up. Maybe your head wants to drop all the way back, squeeze the shoulders together. Come slowly out of the posture as you breathe out. Tuck your chin in, come down onto the seat bones. Open your legs comfortably wide, bend the knees. Drop your knees side to side, sit into your hands. Just coming through pretzel pose as we come down onto the back. Noticing how it feels now. Has it changed to how it feels earlier? Does your body feel warmer, smoother? Now sitting slowly into the elbows and seeing if you can just sit into the forearms and the elbows and drop the knees side to side, one or 2 more times to each side, gently arching the lower back. And then finish on your back. Come all the way onto your mat. Keep your head on the mat as well. Stretch the arms out to the sides. Open the feet comfortably wide and step them away from the body. And just again, let's just relax through the twisting pose. Twist your knees side to side, drop your knees side to side, turning the head away from the knees, full body twist. Breathing out into the sides. One more time to each side. Inhale, both legs up into the air. Place your hands on your buttocks. And try and see how much you can lift your legs up over your chest, supporting the back, your lower back with your hands. And to finish off, we're going to just do Halasana, a half inversion, intermediate posture. If you struggle, go slowly. If you just go halfway into the posture, even that's a good start. Walking the hands up to the lower back, elbows tucked in, try and get the shoulders right underneath you, and then see how far you can stretch the legs over the head. Maybe your feet can reach the floor, and that's great. Maybe you can just balance with your feet in the air. Keep supporting your lower back with your hands. Try not to move your head. Breathe gently. There's a lot of pressure over the thyroid and the throat area. Very powerful posture. Just relax in it if you can, as deep into it as you can. If you struggle to be in the posture, just bend your knees and relax in it. Drop the legs to the chest, or drop the legs over the head to the floor. And coming out slowly the same way you came in, by walking your hands back down. Really come out slowly now so you can really feel each vertebra as it reconnects to the floor. Bending your knees as your hands come onto the buttocks again. And just taking a moment to hug your arms around your knees. And rock side to side, letting your head float side to side to loosen up the neck again. Massaging into the sides of your back, your hips and your shoulders. One nice last deep massage as you roll side to side. And then slowly drop your feet to the floor. Open the feet and drop the knees together. And ground into your lower back as much as possible. Press into your middle back as well. The upper spine, the shoulders, the back of the neck. Let your arms just rest at your sides with the palms facing up. You're welcome to cover your chest for a few minutes now to stay warm. And you can either keep your feet on the floor with the knees together. This is a nice way to give the lower back extra support. Or you can just slowly straighten out both legs, allowing the feet to fall open if you are straightening the legs again. And see whichever position your body likes to be in right now. Keep the core heat in your body by just keeping the chest and the front of your body covered, if you can. Close your eyes. Take one last deep breath through your whole body. Really connecting through the feelings and sensations of your whole body. Acknowledging what you can feel in this moment as you breathe out. Warmth, tingling, areas which feel activated, perhaps some areas where there's more tension on the surface. Just scanning your awareness through your whole body as you relax quietly on your back for a few minutes. And just noticing what feelings and sensations are there right now. The felt sense of your direct experience. Allow your breath to do its own thing and just watch the rise and fall of the chest and the autonomous movement of breath and energy in your body. Drop into observer mode where there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, just to be present. present with your body and whatever feelings are there. Present with your mind, whatever thoughts are there, letting them pass on. And present with soul and spirit, the true essence of your nature. Spiritual being having this human experience. Not getting attached to stories in your head, allowing thoughts and feelings to simply pass on and keep changing as they do. Begin to deepen your breath and just stay with whatever you are experiencing right now, bringing more consciousness into your body again through your breath. Pressing into the spine as you breathe in, relaxing every muscle in your body again as you breathe out. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Inhale and gently circle your wrists and your ankles. Exhale, relax everything. And on the next in-breath, you can stretch your arms all the way up behind your head again, like we did earlier. And press into your spine, stretch through your whole body, open your mouth wide, stretch your jaw and your face. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh or a yawn. Inhale, hug your knees up to your chest. Open the knees, drop the soles of the feet together, bring the palms of the hands together. Give your hands and your feet a nice brisk rub. And then you can just hug your knees. Roll your head side to side, loosen up the neck. Rock once or twice into the sides of your back again. And then decide if you want to either roll over onto your right hand side and come up through a fetal coil, or if you want to just roll up and down your spine, lifting the head off the floor and tightening the core. Whichever way feels good for your body right now, just to gently come up, to sit into a comfortable seated position like we did at the beginning. And with your eyes closed just for the last minute, connect into just how you are feeling right now. Hopefully more balanced, more centered.